All right. So, welcome to the presentation. We will walk you through what this program entails, and you'll be able to see what you are supposed to achieve and what we together can achieve through this program. Um so, I'll walk you through the outline of this presentation, vision and mission, background, structure of the program, beneficiaries of this program, research training, one of the most critical parts of this program, publications. Now, LGPR, Lincoln Global Postdoctoral and Research Associate Program, is a point-based system. So we'll walk you through the various point-based systems for completion of the certificate, the annual research grant of 36,000 US dollars, uh, points system for the Best Research Team Award, uh, point system for the Early Career Research Award, and etc., etc. And of course, conclusions. So the vision here was, as earlier elaborated by Professor Amya, that sustainability is the goal here, and the mission is to empower the postdoctoral research and research associate community with advanced skills and expertise on how to conduct research, of course, or how to do a better research. Uh, and then there will be innovative, exchange of ideas coming in, addressing sustainability. We are here to collaborate with each other. Okay, so we highly encourage people on this platform to collaborate with each other. Maybe in future, those who have completed the research associate program or a PhD, postdoc program through this program may be able to find an additional, avenue where they can actually, go and work. So that is what is the idea here. For young PhDs, we would recommend that you form very strong bonds here with other professors, because they can be your future supervisors, where you can do your postdoctoral research or other research activities under their supervision. So that's one of the other ideas here. And we are trying to build a community. Okay. Let me be very, very precise here. We are trying to build a community, an ecosystem of various researchers from various backgrounds, and to address this particular issue of sustainability. And in the process, we'll also be helping each other out. Because, I don't know whether you have seen that movie based on Dr. John Nash, where he says that a group has to take care of itself. If it has to survive in the long term, then then the person has to think about himself, as well as he or she has to keep the interests of the group together. Then only the group is going to survive and the group is going to do very well. So this is the motto behind this. So how it all started, let me go through the background. I think not so long ago, we all remember COVID-19. And the safest place our mind started associating the safest place on earth was our homes. And travels meant restrictions. Restrictions and travels together, they would, amount to quarantine, which was an isolation, and career stagnation. So this was the vicious cycle we were all going through. And to this day, I think I know many of the researchers and people like people in general in the society who had career stagnation post COVID because they missed certain things. Unfortunately, they could not do things which others could, and they could not catch up, and now they are outdated. So this program, uh, started with that thing in mind. What if another pandemic occurs? Are we prepared? Are we prepared? Because we will survive. Some of us will definitely survive. So those who survive are the ones who have to, bear the brunt of it, real brunt of it. So no offense to people who have passed away, and but once you are a survivor, and then there is much more to suffer once you're a survivor. So this career stagnation is a very big challenge for a lot of us. So so that was a background of it. Let me come to the structure of the program. So LUCM, that is Lincoln University College Malaysia, is the central body, governing body for this program. There will be one supervisor coming from Lincoln University College Malaysia, and a co-supervisor will be an external supervisor. And they will together guide the candidate. And we have got this 4 rounds of conferences. Each conference is a stage, if I may say so. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and the stage 4. Stage 1 is you have to define your problem statement as per your defined proposal. You can deviate a little bit from your proposal. We are allowing that because, sometimes what happens is that you have made one proposal and then you realize, maybe, I could add this part to it. Maybe I should discard this and, include that. So we are allowing that kind of a flexibility in this program. Uh, then it is recommended that during the first conference itself, you have completed the task of identification of literature review. That's very important because without that, you will not be able to identify the knowledge gaps. Because remember, in research, people care about whether you have gone through other people's work or not. That's a very important thing, and how well you have documented this thing. So it's very important. So in conference two, we would actually look at you to address this knowledge gaps, and in a very pointed method, you have to come up with this thing in your second conference. You should also define your methods and experiments during the second conference, and uh, and then you should also in the third conference, you should be able to complete your experimental research, experimental results, and compile that data. Okay. And this is the time we encourage usually at the cusp of conference 2 and 3, we encourage candidates to start writing their final journal article because it's going to take at least 6 to 7 months for a good article to be published. Sure, there are outlets which publish in 3 days or 7 days, but we are not looking at that. We don't want that. Okay. We want really serious thing because this will be very helpful for you in your future career because we want all of you to benefit from this. Okay. So that's one thing. So your draft of your first draft of your article should be ready by conference 3 if you want to publish by conference 4 or near about that time. The conference 4 is this is where the last proceedings article you will be writing for this conference, and this is your research report, and this will serve as the as your final report or submitted to the supervisor and co-supervisor on the work you have done. Uh, then you will receive a provisional certificate post communication of the articles to the journal. Okay, after this stage. Once your article is accepted, then you will receive the final certificate. You will receive the final certificate upon the acceptance and publication of the journal. So when I say acceptance, acceptance is acceptable if it's a subscription model journal. Okay. So, and publication is really important to receive the final certificate. Okay. Thank you. Then the structure of the program. So we are right now at the T0 plus 2 weeks, that is formal interview. Okay. You will receive your offer letters once you have been selected, those who have been selected, because please be wary that we will be looking into the quality aspects very closely. Um, and if you do not get selected in this round, then we would say that you can come like in the next round again. Okay. It's okay. Like improve and come back. We don't have any issues with that. We'll allow that. Okay. And then, um, okay, beneficiaries of this program. So, as I quoted mathematician John Nash, by that I meant game theory, where everyone wins. Each and every one of you should win. Every stakeholder gets benefited. That's the idea behind it. Okay. And the students who are there, who are either looking to get admissions abroad, they will be definitely be needing this kind of a program, because there are hundreds and millions of applications coming in, literally, okay, for higher education. You have to have a gradient. You have to create a gradient over other applicants. Okay. What is the differentiating factor of your application compared to the others? So as a professor, I would be looking for a ready product. I mean, like, let me be very blunt about what it is, how the world works. Okay. Professors and faculty need to improve their profiles to get better access to better grants and funding, promotions and quality improvements. Okay. And university is the last part of this equation, who have to, progress or further their agenda of betterment of the society and improve their own rankings as well. So university rank increases, your rank increases. That's how the things are going on. Uh, but at the same time, university is not concerned about the rankings that much, but they are more concerned. Their primary objective is to further their agenda, that is to provide the best of the best education or research facilities. So that's what that is. Um, Now, coming to the beneficiaries continued. So let's say you are an aspiring PhD student or MS student. Now, these are the statistics from 2020 to 2023 of the number of applications which have come in the country of United States. As you can see, there are 914,000 to about 1.5 million this year applications. That is 2023. Uh, these are the abysmal numbers of the number of MS students who got fully funded admissions into fully funded programs along with scholarships. Okay, along with fellowships. That is, they don't need to go and do an RA ship or a TA ship. Only those numbers. It's very low. Now coming to PhDs, these are the numbers of application applicants for PhDs who have joined this year in the past 4 years. But none of these PhDs are actually fully funded. Even in order to receive a full tuition fee waiver, uh, it's very difficult. Okay, so so the academia is actually right now standing at a at a confusion, at a cusp of a confusion, where they have to decide which candidate is going to be better for us, which candidate we can discard. Right? It's all about rejection. See, the rankings in prestigious places is dependent on the rejection. It's not based on selection. Please remember that. Now, let's say you're a professor or an assistant professor and you are aspiring for promotions. So ideally, the statistics which are there through our survey says that the publications as a first or corresponding author, you have to come up with at least four publications as a corresponding author or a first author. See, for a PhD or a postdoctoral candidate, the first author, publications matter. For a professor, corresponding author, publications matter. Okay. But if a professor is both first author and corresponding author, that's fine. But then you should promote your student first. That's what is this thing. You have to promote your student. Publications in collaborations, at least two publications in collaborations, at least four supervisions have to be done, and at least two grants have to be, gained each year. And teaching load of two is usually recommended for, assistant professors or associate professors. Now, when we speak about, ranking pressure, the H index and I-10 index matter. For an assistant professor, five H index of five and above is considered good. I'm not talking about Google Scholar H indexes. I'm speaking about, Clarivate or some other standard, H index agencies. 8 to 12 for an associate professor is considered quite decent. 14 and above is definitely mandatory for full professors. That's how the statistics are. Through this program, if you are already are doing a postdoc in this program, then I would recommend, or in fact, I would invite based on, I mean, like, of course, that has to be decided by the committee again, whether you can also be given an opportunity to, supervise, research associates. Because remember, research associates still are masters or bachelor students. They are not, uh, PhDs. So if you are a PhD holder, you can actually engage in supervising some of the research associates. It's fine with us. That is the agenda of this entire meeting. Yeah, right. This entire event is focused on that. Now, coming to engineering and sciences, the research skills are analytical and critical thinking, adaptability and continuous learning, exposure to emerging technologies, the scientific methods, starting with an hypothesis. So this is actually your should be your central agenda of the way you conduct your research. And through these conferences, we will be actually guiding you for those who are young, PhD pass outs on how to, conduct really good science and good research. And those who are experienced, people, they can actually help us in, explaining these concepts to PhD students. I mean, like, I see that there are a lot of experienced professors who have also joined the postdoctoral program here. So it will be my request and to uh, you know um, gain their insights. They should share their ideas through the four conferences. That's what this is about. Now, coming to humanities, uh, so knowledge gaps are really important. Starting with it's really important to start with a hypothesis. Then you have to design your research and the methodology in which you are going to conduct the surveys and mixed methods research, etc., etc. Then you have to develop theoretical frameworks, and often these days it is becoming an interdisciplinary affair mostly. Yeah. And then we also, I mean, like, expect you to hone your skills in digital tools. For example, for humanities, it is usually digital storytelling or digital archives or GIS mapping. Okay. And for management, it is simulation tools, advanced analytics, and AI-based decision-making tools. So these are really important skill sets which are required for humanities and management people. Now, I'm coming to the most important part, the elephant in the room, that is the publications. We will consider Scientific Citation Index, Social Sciences Citation Index, AHCI, which is Arts Humanities Citation Index, Emerging Source Citation Index. Okay. You can publish with Scopus journals, but we don't consider this as a standard. There's a very simple reason for that. First of all, Scopus is owned by um, for-profit organization. Okay, it is owned by Elsevier. Okay, so it is like a business affair which they are trying to create a monopoly on the things. And the Scopus system is actually inferior to Web of Sciences. Okay, I hope a lot of you actually agree with that. Even if you don't agree, the consensus amongst the scientists across the world is that Scopus is actually inferior to Web of Sciences or Clarivate Analytics, right? And also, it's not a very transparent system, and it's quite chaotic. Usually, what happens is that maybe you have published two articles in Scopus, okay, in the initial months of this program. But then towards the end of this program, that journal is out of the scopus. And this has happened too many times, okay? And suspiciously so. And then it is of no use, neither for you nor for us. Okay. We have deliberately left out Scopus indexed, uh, proceedings out of the conferences because they have no real scholarly value, to be honest. Okay. For the Lincoln University College Malaysia, it does not hold any scholarly value. We actually are inclined towards Web of Science coverage or Clarivate analytics journals, and that is really important. Okay. Now coming to the LGPR point system for completion certificate. Um, There are mandatory tasks, TU1, that is publishing and presenting in each of the Lincoln Spust conference as a lead author. I mean, like this is for the PA candidate, postdoctoral and research associate candidate. Okay. Uh, there are minimum of 40 points, that is four conferences. Yeah, maximum 40. We have put it like that. Okay. Then mandatory task two is publish one SCI, Web of Science or SSCI or journal as a lead author. Okay. Uh, per unit point in this case is 20. Minimum you can achieve is 20. You have to achieve. Yeah. Maximum you can achieve is 80. Okay. Now T2 star. This is a conditionally mandatory, task. Let's say you have published on you aim to publish two Scopus journal articles, but you managed to publish only one. Okay. Then in that case, there is a bonus T3 where you can actually publish more and complete the minimum requirement of the point system, that is 60. But my honest and sincere request would be try to do mandatory task T2. Achieve only one SCI journal, and that is sufficient for you. Okay. More than that is not needed. You don't have to put too much effort in Scopus. Don't do that. Okay. Uh, a review article is also acceptable. Okay. A review article in a SCI journal is also acceptable to come for the completion certificate. I'm actually creating a very stark differentiation here. For the completion certificate, review article in an SCI or WS or SSCI journal as a lead author is sufficient. Okay. You don't have to write a research article. That's fine. But, um, you know, but for the annual grant award, this is where things become. Please allow me some time before. I mean, like I'm going to, consider your questions during our one-to-one interactions. I cannot answer these questions right now. Please hold your horses kindly. Yeah, thank you. Uh, because so second thing is that in the annual research grant award, we are not considering Scopus or EI Compendex Index journals at all. There will be 0 points. Okay. If you want to earn this award of 36,000 USD, you have to follow this points system. And all this is mentioned in the standard operating procedures document, which is on the SGS minus lincoln.com website. Okay. I'll share it via email also. You can file a patent, okay? NOC or granted, both are acceptable to us. Okay, filed patent will get 8 points. NOC will get 20 points. Okay, maximum you can go with filed patent is 32. Maximum you can go with NOC or granted is 80 in case of patents. Rest of it is pretty much the same. Okay. And of course, there will be a grant challenge presentation. Minimum, points you should achieve for in order to qualify is 10. Maximum is 18. Now, there will be a committee which will decide who actually is going to win this competition. Just merely qualifying for this competition will not do. There will be a grueling session. Okay. And only quality research shall be given preference for this. Q1 and Q2. This is the only time we are actually bringing a quartile here. Okay. Requirement of a quartile. Quartile 1 and quartile 2 H index above 100. Review articles and only Scopus index journal articles shall not be considered. Review articles will not be considered for this one. An additional 1 point citation, 1 point per citation of the conference articles is also going to be considered when there is a tie, okay, amongst the candidates. And then you have the best research theme award. As always, this Scopus and EI Compendex journal will give you a 0 point on this. Okay, you will not receive any points for this. Rest of the things remain as it is. Uh, Here again, the review article will not be considered. Let me be very clear because this is the best research theme award. Yeah, so the research should have a research article. Early Career Scientist Award. Again, review article shall not be considered. The Scopus and EI Compendex journal will get you a 0 point. Okay. Then, Best Supervisor Award. Now, this is where everything is fine. Okay. We are not putting the Scopus journal, zero, clause there. Uh, Review article is fine. Okay. Although I have included that shall not be considered for this award, but it's okay. I cannot force that thing on you. So it's okay. You can go with the review article. The conclusions of this program, the focus is on this program should be from day one. Okay. You should read other people's work before you draft your research plan, actually. Okay. Or come up with a, draft of your article. In order to, write a good article, it's important to read other people's articles. So your task begins from today. Define your objectives supported by knowledge gaps that exist through the literature review. Okay. And then identify journals only from the Clarivate Master Journal List or SCIMAGOJR. Okay, because these are the standard lists. Anything else will lead you into troubles. Okay. We are not putting any restriction whether you should publish only in subscription-based journals or open access journals. The choice is yours. Okay, but that's pretty much the guideline. All right. Um so I think we have come to the end of this session. And any questions we are willing to answer during our one-on-one session. Okay, because we are running out of time. We are actually running late. Okay, and then there are people from Canada who are going to join in for the to appear for this interview. Now, this particular link is coming to an expiry. We are not going to join this link anymore. There's a second link provided in the PDF which was shared with all of you. Okay. I'm going to share that link again, once again here for your convenience. That's where we are going to join. All right. So just a moment. Okay. So I'm sharing this here in the chat. Um, okay. It's taking some time for the chat to open. Uh, yes, this postdoc program is valid because this is a hybrid program. It's not an online program. You can visit Lincoln University College, Malaysia towards the end of the program or anytime you want. Okay. Uh, no, it is mandatory to publish in this conference because this is a journey. Remember, through the presentation, I showed you that this is a journey and we want to document everything you do. All right. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, so I have shared the link to the next session. We'll starting in about 10 minutes time. Yes, it is mandatory. All the four are mandatory. It is mentioned on the website. Please go through the website. Okay. Uh, yeah. You can collaborate with anyone you want. Okay, but it is mandatory to have your supervisor as a supervisor and co-supervisor as corresponding and co-corresponding authors. Yeah. The conference proceedings, as I already mentioned, there will be no Scopus indexing for conference proceedings because they have got no scholarly value whatsoever. And it gives additional headache to everyone. There is no point of that. Focus on Web of Science. We will assign you the supervisor based on your research profile. Okay, so we will take a break. 20 minutes later, 10 minutes later, we are meeting again in the same. So I'm sharing the link once again here for your convenience. And we are also sharing it on the WhatsApp group, and we have done it. Yeah.